So get ready. Okay, now different altcoins are different. So if you're looking to buy Slerf, for example, I think Slerf is a good one. I don't think it's a bad one. Surf is highly liquid, got good volume, and it hasn't run yet. It's a brand new token. Effectively, Slerf is the Bitcoin of Solana. Yeah, it potentially will become the Bitcoin of Solana. When you think about store of value, fixed supply, and Slerf has a burn because they burn the transaction fees on Radium. Fixed supply. Effectively, it could become like Bitcoin in a sense, like some kind of store of value. Not like Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin is 1,000 times better for many reasons, but still, for the duration of this alt season, Slerf might find that narrative. You might start seeing this narrative form towards the end of the Bitcoin bull market, where people start talking about Slerf being the Bitcoin of Solana. Okay, and you definitely want to be in on that narrative. I don't think you should fade on that idea, because if it takes hold, you never know. You just never know. And actually, look, the price action on Slerf has been pretty bearish. So naturally, it's good. That's what you want. You don't want it to be bullish because then you're buying the highs. You want it to be bearish because then you're buying the lows, and it doesn't really change anything about what Slerf, the idea of what Slerf is, or whether Slerf has the potential to expand to higher prices. It's still going to be determined by what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin ends up going high, then I'm pretty sure Slerf will go up higher too. I'm pretty confident in that. Just looking at this chart now, let me have a look at the weekly time frame. Yeah, I mean, look, it's still pretty miserable looking at it. Had a pretty bearish close. You took liquidity from the lows, so that was a good sign. Possibly we have to go down one more time, possibly, and that might have to do with Bitcoin correcting. I'm not seeing like wow bullish yet. I'm not seeing that yet on Slerf, and maybe we're going to see it this week. I don't know. Maybe we go down and come back up and form a nice green hammer in the lows with good volume. We might see that, a nice green hammer in the lows like that, close right back up there. That would be nice with a bit of volume. Then you could be looking at a really nice candle similar to this red one, but really after you put a red dragonfly and then a green dragonfly, you need to go up with a green. Yeah, that this next one needed to be green and it wasn't, and so naturally we could be looking for something else. Honestly, I wouldn't mind taking the low there. That would be amazing if we were able to do that. That would be fantastic, but I'm not crazy optimistic about that idea. Let me just kind of put in my volume levels in, and let me just have a look. I'm using the Bitcoin, the Bybit perpetual contract chart. I think it's the best one. I'm not ignoring HTX. I just think the volume now is on Bybit, and so therefore I'm only really considering Bybit until that changes. Let me just kind of minimize the time frame so I can get a updated volume profile here. And what I will put HTX volume in as well, just for the sake of consistency. That's Bybit, no real changes. Okay, let me have a look at HTX, which is where most of the spot is being traded on HTX on this one. Do a volume range pull on that. No real changes. The value area low is a bit lower, 6507. 6507. Let's go and have a look at that. Why is it not loading? I don't know. Oh, it's the wrong one. Idiot. 6507. There you go. So it's basically the same area. So you can pretty much ignore, you can just ignore HTX value area high there. It's just the same as Bybit. So I've got some previous analysis. I think the safest entry will be, there you go. You see it's already come back into that level. See that? Another rejection. See that? That was pretty much expected. 1, 2, 3. Just when Bitcoin is correcting, Slerf comes into this level, gets another rejection. That's the front run of that level potentially, but these levels aren't, these lines aren't 100%. So they're kind of areas. They're always a little bit area-ish. So for safety, I think if people are looking for a safe entry, then wait for that outer trend line to break. Yeah, we don't know when that's going to happen. I think I would be looking for this lower trend line to break down. I would be looking for a breakdown like that. That would be really nice. And I wouldn't mind taking out these lows here, clearing the liquidity there. And honestly, I wouldn't mind attacking these lows as well. I wouldn't mind attacking these lows as well. Yeah, I think that would be really nice to see these lows to be attacked and to be tested and to lose this trend line, to get really bearish on this again, and then break this to come back up. But obviously I can't, everything's going to have to do with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is looking good and bullish, then you're going to see that reflect on Slerf. Let me have a look at this. I have this GAN support, which looks like it's playing a role. Let me have a look at that. So you can see we lost this level here. We lost it. We've come back in. Couldn't get back above. Now we're having a rejection from that trend line. We're coming back into this 4-1 support. You lose that. You lose this 50%. And we're back into the golden pocket. Okay, back into the golden pocket, and maybe actually you probably be looking to see where the price finds support. Probably a good entry could be some of these higher time frame levels. I don't really know how you would go about this, because I think ultimately it's down to Bitcoin. There's a weekly level there. Is that weekly or daily? Weekly, I think it's a daily level. Yeah, there's a daily level there. There's also a daily level here. Okay, a couple of daily levels there. If we bottom out, so possibly what you want to see is this, possibly you want to kind of somehow lose the golden pocket, somehow find support and get back above the golden pocket. If we can get back, we can lose the golden pocket here. So this golden pocket is from this pivot low to this high. If we can lose it, it'll be easy to see strength, because then we can see a return of strength to reclaiming it. That could coincide with flipping this level into support. At the moment I'll call it SFP, but you could flip it into support to come back above the golden pocket. That would probably be your safest way to enter, to let this play out. Yeah, And because the reason why is you just don't know how low we're going to go. Okay, we have no idea. No one has a clue. You don't want to buy here thinking the golden pocket is going to hold and then end up with the price down here. Yeah, because you're not looking to catch a falling knife or catch the dip. You're looking to buy into strength after you've bottomed out. And when you see strength return back to Bitcoin after Bitcoin corrects. And we just have to see how this plays out. So no one really can tell. No one really knows. Are we going to see strength? Are we going to see weakness? No one knows. Okay. At the moment, this outer trend line is holding as resistance. You see, from there to there, we've just had a little bit of a front run, a little bit of a reaction of that trend line, which also coincides with 382. Strength would be pretty easy to see. It's just getting back above there. That would be strength. It would require strength to experience that kind of price action. If you see strength, you can buy the back test of the 382, right? That would be a good place to buy if you see strength. At the moment, we go up again. You're looking to short that, really. You're looking to sell into that. Honestly, that's kind of what you're looking for. Could we get that behavior today? Maybe we've experienced it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah, we have a few more hours. Could we go up one more time just for another test? It's possible. That would be a good place to sell or short. You can see on the 4-hour time frame that you put in a higher low here, higher high, and we've just taken out the low. So we've just put in a lower low. That could be our lower high. Yeah. If now the price ends up making a low low, taking out that, you've just confirmed a 4-hour time frame market structure change to bearish. Yeah, you have to bear that in mind. So right now we're potentially putting in a lower high on the 4-hour time frame. Then you could see this bearish downtrend continue for the rest of the week. Yeah, and so you have to bear that in mind. Slerf could really overcorrect if Bitcoin starts to push down, which we're almost expecting that. So just bear that in mind. And so if you're looking to long, then you really need Bitcoin to completely correct and fulfill its correction after this V-shaped bounce. And the lower the better when it comes to Slerf. It's always easier to see strength when you lose levels. So if we're now going to lose this area of interest, the golden pocket, with this will be your first area of real interest. The problem with here is you have a daily level slightly above us here. So even if you have a little kind of, even if we start to drop and bounce and drop, you're back into resistance. You see, you're back into resistance because you've lost the support level. When you lose it, it becomes resistance. That's an SR flip. And so you just have to be aware of that. And so actually in all situations, you want to see this trend line break, this yellow trend line. We need to see that break. If you break that, then you could probably start buying without worry, because you know that that's required strength to buy that. And obviously the lower the better if people are looking to accumulate. So definitely these like fib levels, you could start scaling in if you're just looking to buy spot. I'm looking to leverage, so I am actually looking for this to kind of finally bottom out, and I'm waiting for Bitcoin to finally finish its correction, and then I'm looking to leverage. I'm looking to max leverage this, and looking to scale into every dip and keep on buying and just bringing my invalidation higher and higher and higher. Hopefully we can run this token to the all-time high up there. That's kind of what I'm imagining. That will correlate with Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm just thinking of how I'm going to go about this, but I can see that there are some kind of, this outer trend line is going to be important, and we'll just have to see where the price finds resistance. You have a daily level, you have this value area low, which is at the golden pocket. To be honest with you, this is probably going to be your best entry here. Probably. I wouldn't necessarily expect lower until we lose this area. And probably, let's see how the price comes back down. like a swing failure there would be the most amazing entry, because it's in the golden pocket. It's basically just underneath the value area low and the 618, so it's right to the bottom of the golden pocket and back up again. Yeah, probably be a really good entry. Clear the liquidity there, right back up. I think that's probably going to be the best idea. And also it could, if we really push down, you can come into this 8-1 GAN fan as well. And that's just assuming it comes on Friday. The later it comes, the better. So if it comes a little bit later at the weekend here, Sunday will be amazing if we got that, if we experienced that, because the later the better. Same idea, just take the liquidity from these lows, come into this kind of area, this buy bit value area low, 6 golden pocket. It's kind of a big area, so you might want to just kind of widen it a little bit. But I think ideally the entry would be a swing failure there. And just bear in mind you're coming into resistance, which is this daily level. You just have to bear that in mind. So if you're thinking long term or higher time frame, you may not want to take much profit, but you certainly want to make sure your trade is break even, because you just never know. You come up here and then go right back down, then you don't want to be in that kind of trade. If that happens, you don't want to be losing money after you have a really nice entry just because you haven't taken profit. Take a little bit just to make sure that you walk away with something. Worst case scenario, you get stopped out, break even, and you made a little bit of profit. Best case scenario, it goes up, breaks, you can just buy every dip. Then that's the idea, isn't it? Just to keep on buying, because this is now effectively some kind of pico bottom, and you're looking now to trade it all the way back up to the all-time high. That's kind of what I'm imagining with Slerf right now. Okay, and I'm really interested in this kind of trade. There's this kind of, could this go even lower? Like, you have to bear in mind that this could overcorrect, fake everyone out, but still be bullish. And maybe you're looking at some kind of, because this is what Slerf does, it likes to liquidate when it pushes down. And so maybe in this up move you have a lot of people leveraging in, and maybe what Slerf will do is just liquidate them one more time. You get a really harsh push down here, liquidate a whole bunch of people down, all the way down to 20, 25, 26 cents something. If it's really harsh, you could even go all the way down to that daily level for a massive snap up. That's basically where your strongest level of liquidity would be. But then you would expect it to bounce. You would expect it, you would want it to bounce. You wouldn't want it to just go down to that level and stay there. You'd want it, after you hit there, you want to see it come right back up. So I'm quite optimistic about this. I think this could be quite a good setup, and it's going to have everything to do with how Bitcoin behaves. I'm possibly thinking of shorting Slerf now with the next move up, all the way down to my lower level of interest. Quite good. That's another 20% down. That could be quite nice. Right, so there's some Slerf. Then if Bitcoin does bottom out after this V-shaped recovery, and Slerf does bottom out after Bitcoin corrects, honestly, then I'll be looking to, once we break this line, I'll be looking to ride it all the way up to the all-time high, wherever that is, up there, somewhere up there, $1.5. Yeah, and that will have everything to do with Bitcoin. But the idea is that this will now be the bottom. That will be it. This will be the final bottom. And it doesn't look too bad when I think about it, when I'm looking at this whole price action. Let me get rid of some of these lines. Right, we just put that into trade, create a group. bottom trade. I think I'm going to put an alert here. It's good to put alerts because if you're not in front of the computer or your phone, you could still know when to enter because you get an alert. And so just looking at this price action now, I've heard that now, I am thinking that this is your V shape. Okay. And potentially we're seeing some kind of like a wedge, some kind of higher time frame, slightly higher time frame wedge, something like that. That would be okay. Yeah, so the V shapes aren't always the same. They're not always the same. You do expect after some kind of V shape, some kind of downward channel or downward wedge. The only thing you don't want to do is take that low. Yeah, so taking out that low would be extremely bearish. So I'm not looking for the price to come back down and take that low, to be honest with you. I think I want to see, whatever happens, I want to see some kind of higher low here. But taking out this area, that would coincide with my SFP. And that would be the golden pocket as well, I think. Do they not have that? Onto trend lines. Nope. There, golden pocket. That's probably the best area to buy, actually. Just looking at it now. That's where you want to buy into this lower GAN fan. If we lose this 4-1, hopefully we do, then heading into this lower GAN fan at the 8-1. And then what you want to see is a reclaim of the golden pocket. You want to see this outer trend line break, and then you want to see the price pump and start rallying like crazy. You want to really start getting out of these lows with some kind of really nice impulsive move. And that is kind of like a little bit of a downward wedge, you see? There, maybe down to there. And then can we break? And that kind of wouldn't look bad either, because then you're looking at some kind of potentially. Let's have a look. See, look. Maybe we break, maybe we come up to there. Inverse head and shoulders, and that would be nice too. So something to bear in mind. I'm keeping an eye on this as Bitcoin corrects. This could be it. This could be the final push down. All right, so definitely keep an eye on Slerf. If you're not in it, this could be it. This could be the moment of glory. Make money on Slerf and then buy TRVL. That's the plan. Make money elsewhere and bring it to TRVL. All right, so looking at TRVL,